Welcome to Casual Nerd Reactions. I'm Chris, and today I'm excited because we're starting a brand new show. It's called The Expanse. I became interested in this show specifically because Battlestar Galactica fans kept suggesting it. And so I put it on the poll, and I didn't expect it to win the poll. I really didn't. In fact, I actually bought some of the other shows on the poll because I figured they would win, and I really want to watch them, and I will one of these days, I'm sure. But I since bought this show as well, the whole series on Fandango at home, so I'm excited to dive into it. But I put the poll out there, and Battlestar Galactica fans showed up in droves. I'm confident it is all of you who joined as a free member to vote in the polls on Patreon. You're the reason why I'm watching this show. So thank you for being here. Thank you for voting for this show. I actually don't know hardly anything about it at all. I know it takes place, presumably, it's sci-fi and in space of some kind. I know that from the poster of that girl who's like floating and her hair's all flipped back and then she's in front of like a planet. You've seen the poster, but like, I don't know the style necessarily. I don't know the plot. I haven't read so much as a description on the show. So it is purely being watched based on your suggestion. I'm going in with a couple of assumptions. One, that it might have some similarities to Battlestar Galactica, specifically because of the people who suggested it. And I'm assuming that it will be somewhat serialized in nature. That's about it on my assumptions. I have no other judgments going into this. I'm just excited to dive in and see what this first episode brings us. I should mention, since this is the first episode of the series, you could watch the entire full episode reaction completely free over on Patreon. Follow the link in the description or in the pinned comment below to watch the full episode with me. So, okay, let's experience The Expanse for the very first time. Thomas Jane. Oh, cool. Is this Mars? Because The Expanse, we're expanding out into our universe based on the novels by James. I didn't even know this was based on books. Are the books worth reading? And how does this compare to the books? Don't spoil things though. Thank you. The UN controls Earth. Mars is an independent military power. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. The inner planets depend on the resources of the asteroid belt. Belters live and work in space. In the belt, air and water are more precious than gold. I bet. Literally required for survival. For decades, tensions have been rising. Earth, Mars, and the belt are now on the brink of war. All it will take is a single spark. Is someone gonna give them a spark? Oh, she's trapped. Is she the girl from the poster? Yeah, look, oh man, come on, the performance. Look at how precious she is treating these two tiny drops of water. Huh. Like gravity boots? I like that they showed the boots and then the hair so that they can film this in gravity and not have to simulate anti-gravity the whole time. Is everyone on this vessel dead? This show looked incredible, by the way, and I'm confident we're gonna see even more impressive visuals than this as we progress through this episode and this season, but off to an amazing start. It's like the engine, what is this? Oh! I don't even know what I just saw. I don't even know what that was. But it was cool and terrifying.
Enough water for 1,000 generations.
Huh.
Until Earth and Mars stripped it away for themselves.
Yeah, of course we did.
We Belters toil and suffer. Without hope and without end. And for what? One day Mars will use its might to wrest control of Ceres from Earth. And Earth will go to war to take it back. It's all the same to us. To them, we will always be slaves. Say the word. Slaves. Every time.
I was gonna say, how accurate is, his speech? Is he rallying a revolution? Is he a conspiracy theorist?
When the blood is on the wall, Sasake, which side you're on?
Yeah, I'll know.
See you then. Well, voila.
What is well walla? Traitor to my people.
Wow. Clearly there's gonna be an uprising.
You never gonna pass for a belter. The time they look at you, they're always gonna see Earth.
Coming from a guy dressed like an earther. What's the deal with the hat?
Keeps the rain off my head.
There's no rain though, right? Because we're on Ceres.
I guess that's from generations in low G, huh?
This one.
It's wild.
Yes, spurs at the top of his spine where the bones didn't fuse right. He got that cheap bone density juice when he was a child.
Oh.
I trust you change those air filters, right?
Full compliance, Musasa.
Now arriving, Midtown
need to
level,
pay a
Crescent
visit then.
Station. Exit for Star Helix Police and Emergency Services.
So he accepts bribes.
New contract. Just you. This is off book, on your own time. A favor someone down on Earth is doing for a shareholder. Little lost daughter case.
So what's my contract exactly?
Find Julie Mao if she's still here on series, detain her and ship her home.
Kidnap job. My pleasure.
Does he get a, you know, like a bonus for pulling off this assignment? Hanging out with some actual belters here now. It's cool watching all this like happen. Like this machinery is awesome. Oh. That sucks. Essentially cut off by water.
I told you I've got no power to get you promoted on this ship.
Take it back.
Stand by for thrust correction.
We got a code 22, Cameron Patch, can't find the XO.
All right, I'll hunt him down.
The biogel they developed on the inner planets. And you wouldn't need a prosthetic. It regrows the limb perfectly.
No, I'd rather a belter build fake any day.
Because you're stubborn as hell.
You didn't sign the PRP.
Oh, wow.
It's the retrofit proposal to overhaul this bucket before it breaks apart.
Clearly it needs it.
It's way cheaper for the company to settle up with a few widows and overhaul this old barge.
Profits over people. It's all business.
Please sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride.
There's a lot of people on the show, but it's like a whole world, you know? It will take me a while to get people's names down, to be sure. What in the world is going on?
You know what I just can't figure out?
He does not seem okay.
We make it all this way. So far out into the darkness.
He might not be fit for the job. How did he get into this state? How long has it been building? What happened?
He started talking to his plants about 6 months ago.
It's been a long time coming.
Are you kidding?
People like you. You get things done, you're gonna make a good XO.
You got me pegged wrong, Captain.
I don't care about your past. Everybody on the cant's hiding from something.
Kind of makes sense. The people on the belt might be there for a reason.
Hang on to this for a couple of days. It might feel good in the pocket.
Picked up a Mayday. Looks like a live freighter. Calls herself the Scotland Line.
We are the only ship in 3 million clicks.
Was that the ship at the beginning?
We're obligated to check it out.
It's Pirate Bay.
It's not far out of our way, Captain. 2 days at most.
Delay means we lose our berth at series. Kiss our on-time bonus goodbye. We say we move on and let the good God Darwin sort it out.
One of these days, it's gonna be us stranded out there.
Captain gave an order, people. Purge the logs.
Trying on that badge. Wow, purge the logs. Dang. Even we're choosing profit over people. I mean, listen, I want to check on the people. I also want the bonus. Wow. I can't believe we literally purged the logs. We never heard it. Someone's going to check on it though, right?
If I took it, we'd have to stop seeing each other.
There's that saying about all good things.
Oh, he doesn't want it to come to an end, babe?
A couple more rotations and I'd be moving on. Why worry about later, right?
Right. Can't sleep, I'll take over.
How is there a rat? Oh, recovering the deleted log. You can't ignore this. Did we delete it without even properly analyzing it? Come on, Gem. Do the right thing. So the captions aren't typically on my reaction video, but they are on when I'm watching them. That's how I know that the person who just said help me is named Julie. Thanks, captions. That was really helpful. Where are we now? What did we just cut to? Whoa! Is that a water balloon?
This calls for tickling.
Oh, I love this.
Do you have to go?
Yes, I do. I'm sorry. There's someone I need to talk to.
Are people fighting again?
Not yet.
Wow.
That's why we need to talk.
It's wild to see future Earth like this. UN Black Site, Hamptons Island, New York.
How long has he been out of the tank?
10 hours.
I'm sorry, the gravity of the real planet hurts.
but it's appropriate. You wish to hurt Earth, the Earth that is now crushing your weak Belter lungs and your fragile Belter bones. All you have to do to make it stop is talk.
Simply pulling a Belter out of a tank is torture.
Give him another 10 hours.
She was so nice when she was talking to the little kid. Oh man.
What's up, Doc?
Cheap ass air filters cracked out second time this month.
I guess this guy pays well to be taken care of, huh?
Yeah, he pays our bosses pretty well too, pal.
It was logged with HQ by some anonymous do-gooder aboard this ship.
Somebody has a soul.
Holden, you'll head up this rescue or salvage, whatever we're calling it.
Good. I'm so glad we're doing this.
How's the night looking?
She's one leaky lifeblood. She should be able to manage 50,000 clicks of vacuum.
She seems cool. Just mean I instantly like Naomi. She's awesome.
Prepare for flip and burn.
Yeah, flip and burn, baby. Oh, dude. Yeah. Crazy. Oh no! I like how difficult it is for this ship to totally shift gears like this. Typically, space travel is smooth and easy and, you know, no big deal. But it was hard. This is a tanker. This is not easy. That's pretty cool. I like that.
Can't figure out why Cap will put you in charge of this little excursion.
Well, he still thinks he's grooming me for bigger things.
Then he's wasting his time.
She knows him.
I did it.
Yep.
I'd keep that to myself if I were you.
I'm the only person on his side right now.
Okay.
Nice.
For the record, guys, I don't want to be here right now.
Me neither. But
If you see anything that seems off, you pack up the toys and come on home.
no heroes, Captain.
I feel like they're heroes just for deciding to go in the first place. That makes Jim a hero in my book, even though he's the reluctant hero. He's a character you want to root for. I'm kind of assuming the girl at the beginning, the girl on the distress call, and the girl he's looking for are the same.
Who is she?
Juliet, yeah.
What would a rich girl do to really piss Daddy off?
Are you asking what I did?
I miss these little chats.
Good night.
She clearly does not.
Eat something, for God's sake. You look like hell.
But doesn't mean she doesn't care. Raider Scopuli. All right, we made it. What happened here?
What about that thing that looks like a big hole in the side?
Leda says it's a big hole in the side.
Ah, technical, yeah.
No one's gonna know if we set foot on that thing.
Jem, you heard her voice.
Take us in.
I may not know everyone's names yet, but it's clear there's going to be a lot of really likable people in this cast. I love the choice of having them be upside down, at least from our vantage point. Love the camera movement. Just slowly turning. Ugh, very enjoyable. And the feeling that the camera is floating. It's just a simple but effective way to communicate that, you know, they're in space.
Reactor wasn't killed by the blast. Someone went through the shutdown procedures.
Well, it wasn't pirates.
Julie, who's here for some reason. Juliet, Andromeda Mao.
6 o'clock!
Stay cool. It is just a helmet. Whew. Still, it was kind of a scary image, right? Like, it's cool. I mean, if I was them, I'd be...
Where are all the bodies at?
Where are the bodies at? Yeah. Now, where's Juliet?
How are they sending a distress beacon with dead comms?
What is that?
It's a transmitter.
Okay.
Somebody planted it.
Pirate bait.
A ship just appeared near your location.
Pirate Bay would mean it's an ambush? Because if that was a recording, then where's Julie? Who made the recording? And who planted it? I mean, all the questions.
Suddenly it was there.
Stealth tech. Has to be.
They all had stealth.
Stealth?
Like that.
Mars. Okay, why is Mars ambushing us? Well, I mean, they didn't know we were coming specifically, I guess. We just got sucked into the war or something like that. I don't know. Oh.
He's a cute kid.
How old?
2.5.
Wow. Wow. The world building in this show is really incredible. A motivator to do the right thing. Yeah! Well, maybe this isn't the right thing, I don't know, but it's definitely gonna stop him from failing to take care of the air filters again. Now he knows what it feels like. Okay.
Air is good, don't you think?
Yep, big fan.
Keep those filters clean.
You know what? I liked that. He made his point very well.
Advise.
Bogey is 12,000 clicks and closing.
Hold and advise.
We're gonna take him for a ride.
Oh my gosh. Wait, they're trying to destroy us? Make it make sense.
6,000 clicks. 3.
Went past us? We're not the target. We're not the target.
Canterbury burnt like hell. You got incoming.
Oh no. No! No! This explains why they put all the most likable people on one ship and sent them off from the main ship. Addie.
You're taking hits.
There's something you should know.
What does he need to know? He might never know. My gosh. Wow.
She's gone.
The ship and the girl.
They nuked her. She's gone.
His performance is great. And now we're just out here floating. Well, we're not really just floating, but oh no. You know, it was a great first episode to a show when the moment it ends, my first thought is no. Like, I want more. I'm very curious to see, is this going to be the kind of show that constantly feels like I need to watch the next one? Because if it is, that's fantastic. It's not going to increase my pace. I still plan to release about 6 episodes a month. But wow, I'm really, really excited to dive into this show. What a great opening episode. First things first, the world building in this series is off to an amazing start. We really are just kind of dropped into the midst of this futuristic world where Earth, Mars, and the Belt, I mean, there's this conflict. Specifically, it seems like it's mostly over resources, but there's probably more going on than I picked up on in this first viewing, and I'm sure more will be revealed as we go throughout this. I also love that we seem to be mostly focused on the Belt and some characters kind of out there, with some hints of a larger story going on, with a small glimpse of Earth and the woman who was essentially leaving a man out of a tank but torturing him for whatever information. In addition to the world building, the visuals of the world that was built is really, really amazing. The show looked great, and I believed everything that was happening, okay? From just like the anti-gravity, from the visuals of future Earth, the way like their homes looked, and what reminded me of the stacks from Ready Player One, but you know, not trailers. Everything just looked really, really good. Like, I believed this world is real, and the grittiness and the people out there in Ceres on the Belt, right? Like, it's curious to wonder the kind of people that might be on the Belt. I think Joe and Jim are great examples right away. They're the two characters that really stood out the most. And I like both of those guys. They both kind of have this reluctant hero kind of vibe, right? Like Jim, you don't get the feeling that he's a good man necessarily, right? He's on this, seems to be in law enforcement, but takes bribes, you know, takes other assignments that are maybe off the books in his own time kind of thing. But then, you know, the air filters, the guy who paid him off, when the air filters went wrong and he had compassion on this little girl specifically, I think it resonated thinking of the little girl from earlier who he saw suffering the effects of the bad air filters. And he's like, you know what? I have to do something about this. And he did. And I like the actions he took. Again, actions that are probably outside the law, but the bribe he took was outside the law in the first place. So he's really just kind of taking steps to rectify his own mistake, I guess. So A plus Joe Miller. Then Jim also had that reluctant hero thing, right? Where he's immediately hopped on board with the captain, like, you know, lose the log. We never got the distress signal. And then he listened to it himself and he heard it. He heard the voice. And it was Julie, the same person that Joe was looking for. But I don't know. I'm confused. I'm more curious than confused because We saw her in the opening scene. She was there, right? That was the same vessel, well, because we saw the name of it. I think maybe on her uniform or somewhere we saw it. What exactly happened there? And obviously that was her voice on the recording. So if the recording was just bait for a ship from Mars that blew up the bigger ship for whatever reason, maybe they were just after the water resources, but I don't think nuking the ship is the right course of action to just steal the water that they mined. Probably there was a better solution for them. So what was their purpose? I don't know. And how does Julie fit into all of this? The rich girl. At some point, her storyline, Joe and Jim and the crew there, it's all gonna come together. And definitely, this episode did an amazing job of hooking me in, making me want to watch more, and I'm excited to watch more. I think all of the crew, as far as I can tell anyway, what I'm assuming will be like the main cast of characters, Joe, Jim, and his crew, and maybe Julie, they're all very, very likable as far as I can tell. And I don't have all their names down yet, but I will at some point. This was a really, really genuinely great start to The Expanse. And so thank you for everyone who voted for it and helped pick this series as the one that I'm watching right now. I'm really excited to continue this show and see what comes next. Episode 2 will actually be releasing tomorrow, but if you don't want to wait, you can hop on as a YouTube channel member or over on Patreon, where we're actually already starting season 2. We have 2 months early access available, and of course, full episode reactions are available on Patreon. Check it out if you want, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.